Ladies and gents, it's actually happening. Eberechi Eze is going to be a Tottenham player. One of my favourite players in the Premier League is now joining my club in N17. We've also got big updates with regards to Savinho and another player as well, who Tottenham could look at as an alternative option. We've got so much to get into. And do you know what? If we can get Eberechi Eze over the line, and if we can bring in another top player like Savinho or someone else, Tottenham have had a very, very good window. We've addressed the DM situation in Paulinho. We're on the verge of bringing in Eberechi Eze, who's one of the best creative players in the Premier League, albeit he is going to be replacing James Maddison because of that ACL injury. We brought in Mohamed Kudus, who looks unbelievable. I know we were playing Burnley and some people would say, look, you're only playing a promoted side. But this weekend, he created more chances against any other team. Sorry, more chances than any other player in the Premier League this weekend just gone. 5 big chances created. 2 assists. He looks a gem. And Thomas Frank is going to get this Tottenham team cooking with gas. All we need is probably another left back, Eberechi Eze, and an attacking wire player who can beat their man like Kudus can. And Richarlison Solanke this season will score a lot of goals. Make sure you go down and drop a like on the video if you haven't already. And let me know your thoughts. We are, as it stands right now, guys, we are steamrolling our way towards 75,000 subs, which is absolutely insane to say. The growth on this channel the last couple of months has been absolutely insane. We're under 800 away now, so if you haven't already, please go down, hit that subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts. Now, David Ornstein dropped this morning. Tottenham Hotspur talks with Crystal Palace over Eberechi Eze deal ongoing. Tottenham pursuing agreement as Crystal Palace continue replacement search. Hwang Hee-Chang, unrelated target. Wolverhampton Wanderers attacker wanted for a striker depth because of the Eddie Nketiah injury. Now, when you look at Eberechi Eze, this on paper should be a fairly straightforward deal for Spurs. I've said this for a good couple of weeks now, that the situation with Crystal Palace and Spurs is Eberechi Eze is part of the same agency as all of the Tottenham players. So on paper, it shouldn't be too difficult for Tottenham to get over the line. Whenever he's played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we've given him and his family a box. We've treated him nicely. He's done a lot of like modelling bits behind the scenes with different brands. A lot of Tottenham players have done that as well. He knows a lot of the Tottenham players. Maddison, for instance, Jed Spence. And for me, he is going to be an unbelievable signing for us. That come out this morning at about, I want to say, 8 o'clock this morning just gone. Or about 12 hours ago. Then Fabrizio Romano has tweeted not once but twice about this. And then we are going to get an exclusive from Paul O'Keefe, basically telling you all that this deal is actually done. Now, Fabrizio Romano said this morning, and I quote, he come out and said, geez, this guy, I've never seen anyone tweet as much. We are in, Tottenham and Daniel Levy and Parish are in constant conversations with regards to the Eberechi Eze transfer. Tottenham have bidded £55 million plus add-ons to get his signature over the line. And then this is the bit of news that every Tottenham fan in the world has gone absolutely insane over. Now, Paul O'Keefe is the most reliable ITK when it comes to Tottenham news, right? And bang, Tottenham have reached a verbal agreement with Crystal Palace for Eberechi Eze. This guy was first on the scene with regards to, there he said it 6 hours ago. He was also very early on the scene. Understand Christian Romero has signed a new contract. Romano then tweeted it out. And then before you know it, Tottenham announced that we have signed Romero down to a new contract. We've also signed Jed Spence down to a new contract. This has been a very, very good transfer window. There's still 2 weeks or so left. We can still make this better by adding someone else. Eberechi Eze, for me, in the 10 is going to be absolutely fantastic. You know, He should have had a goal against Chelsea at the weekend. It was wrongly ruled out, in my opinion. He should have, he should have had that goal. When you look at his stats, he's got a lot of things that we should be very happy with. And that one there, right there, this stat right here, we don't do enough of. We don't have enough players in and around the penalty area or outside who shoots. He is in the top 9% of all players in Europe for shots, and that's against attacking midfielders and wingers. Non-penalty XG is quite low, but when you compare it to wingers, it always is going to be. His shot creating actions is very high. Take-ons, again, one of the best things about Mohamed Kudus, right, is his take-on thing. Eberechi Eze has a similar, not as high as Mohamed Kudus, but has a similar return in terms of the amount of times he beats his man. And this is all based from Opta. He's compared to, I'm not going to lie to you guys, other than Bukayo Saka and Gordon, he's pretty much better than everyone. I mean, Cunha was very, very good at the weekend. But that is the news regarding Eberechi Eze, that the deal is very, very close right now. What gets me a little bit even more thinking, what is the situation with regards to this update? Now, Matt Law said about a day ago that Tottenham are edging their way, clinching the signing of Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace in a deal which is expected to be finalised for under £60 million. Apparently, we've agreed the fee for about 55 million or 50 million with 5 million in add-ons. Now, that for me is a very, very, very good piece of business from Tottenham. We have absolutely smashed it out of the park. Eberechi Eze, Savinho is the next one. According to sources at City, the City hierarchy have actually blocked the move. Now, this is what's extremely interesting is if they block the move, it also becomes a domino effect in terms of what happens with the situation with who the Tottenham then go and look at. Now, City Extra tweeted out earlier today that a lot of transfer news regarding City is Ugarte could be leaving. Not Ugarte, sorry. I just read a thing on Twitter about Ugarte. They've spoken about Yukanji. They've spoken about 5 or 6 different City players. Now, City Chief Paul O'Keefe is, oh mate, the amount of rhymes we've got going on here. Ferran Soriano, not Pep Guardiola, is the one blocking the move for Savinho. And then Savinho has then put something on his story regarding, he put a pair of boots on his Instagram story, which were the City colours, which kind of tells everyone that he is going to be staying. This is what he tweeted out. You're not going to be wearing some T90s in the City colours if you're leaving, are you? Let's just be brutally honest. So if we're not getting Savinho, we need to bring in a left winger. Without a doubt, Tottenham have to bring in a left winger. Now, the question is, who is that going to be? We've been linked to, I'll be honest with you, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of wingers this window. According to different sources, Miguel Delaney has basically tweeted out, Tottenham have identified Magnus Akaluche as a possible alternative to Savinho. Now, most people, including myself, probably aren't going to have a huge amount of idea on who Magnus Akaluche actually is. Who does he play for? What nationality is it? Well, I have read a few things about him. He's a French wide player, but again, he's 23 years of age, doesn't have bundles and bundles of experience. Is he going to be coming in to, set the world alight? Probably not. There isn't actually that much data on this guy. He's made 6 appearances for the national team. He's a right winger but can play in the 10. He's got Algerian and French descent. He's left-footed. He joined Monaco back in 2022. In terms of his stats, this season, 1 game, 1 goal, 0 assists. Last year, however, 32 games, 5 goals and 10 assists. Isn't a bad return. And when you look at 28 goals, 28 games played, 7 goals, 4 assists, like 4 GA in the Champions League, he looks a talented player, but I'd rather go for a Premier League proven player. You know, I wouldn't be annoyed if we went out there and bought this guy, depending on the fee. But you think of Ryan Cherky, also come from Ligue 1 recently, and look at how much he's done in his 30-odd minutes in a Man City shirt, already come on and scored against Wolves. We need to just bring in one more player, guys. We bring in Eze and we bring in a left winger. I believe we're going to be in and around the European places next season. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you drop a like on the video, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.